Welcome to my vlog.
Oh yeah, welcome to Shadow Palms Vlog. It's a party up in here. Party all day, party all night. Come on, join the fun. Subscribe. Show 'em what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Hello all and welcome, and I know what you're saying. Wait, this can't be Shadow of Palms vlog. Where's all the shaky jakey? Why isn't the camera shaking around? What's going on? Well, to tell you the truth, it was starting to give me a headache editing these things. Well, with all the shakiness. So I figured I'd actually try a tripod. So, if the camera angle just seems to be, well, you know, way off, you'll know why. It also gives me the problem of I have no idea what to do with my hands. I'm used to holding the camera out here, and now I'm like got all these free hands. I don't know what to do. So, anyway, you're probably saying, well, Walter, enough of your babbling. What's this all about today? Well, I'll tell you, I just wanted to do a quick vlog because I have, and a lot of my fellow haunters out there, have something called a BladeRunner. And it's made by Rockwell, and it's a really cool saw, sort of like an upside-down jigsaw on a table. And it can do some really cool things. But if you're like me, and you have one, you've probably had a love-hate relationship with it. You know, sort of like I have with tripods. Ah! Oh, seriously, I think I pulled something there. Sometimes more hate than love. The reason for this, or at least for me, the reason was that it's really cool and can do a lot of cool stuff and can cut some things and great for cutting circles and rounded areas and doing freehand. But God help you if you could try to cut a straight line with it. I mean, that thing's got some drift on it like you couldn't believe. I'm talking Tokyo drift, baby. They're gonna make a movie out of it. No, seriously, I'm talking funhouse lines here. Just kind of just... I used to get just so frustrated trying to, you know, they say you can rip with it. I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, I think just, it's just, forget it, man. You're just way off. So, what I'm doing now is figured out a way to fix that problem. So I'm going to share that with you, and it works great. Now, my BladeRunner cuts straight as can be, and it's a really simple fix. Matter of fact, when I show you, you're probably going to be like, wow, Walter, that's really stupid. Why'd you waste our time with this? But if you're watching this, chances are you didn't think of it either. So there. Not feeling so smart now, are you? Alright, well, yeah, maybe you are. Okay. But only by comparison. So think about that. No, wait. That didn't come out right. So basically, the concept is, it's the same idea of, come on, Walter, it's on the tip of your tongue, you can do it. Adjusting your bandsaw. You know, a lot of you have bandsaws and you have to do slight adjustments. And what you do is you adjust the fence on it, you know, so that when it moves straight, it cuts right through. Now you think this would have occurred to me right away when I started getting drift on the BladeRunner, but it didn't, because I assumed when you look at the design of the BladeRunner, the blade's just sort of hanging out there free. I mean, you got rollers on each side, but the rollers are so far away, it doesn't stop it from drifting. And I assumed it didn't have a steady drift, that it was basically just going any which way the wind blew. You know, it hits a grain, it just goes off in the other direction. Turns out, that's not true. It does have a steady drift. So, if you can figure out what the angle of that drift is, which I'm going to show you how to do, and if you have a bandsaw, you probably already know how to do it, but I'm going to show you anyway. Real simple, make the adjustment, and then, boom, nice, clean, straight lines every time. And I've been doing this, and since I did it, I've cut these, did a bunch of these crosses, and basically just straight through, boom, boom. You can see the lines are nice and straight. Before, when I tried to do these, lines are all off, nothing was even. It was driving me crazy. So, anywho, long story short, that's the deal. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Piece of cake, real simple. And now you might have to readjust it whenever you change the blade, because each blade, depending on the thickness of the blade, is probably going to give you a little bit of a different drift. Haven't really tried it yet. And if you switch wood types, maybe, probably not though. But, you know, you can try it, run through, see if it's a straight line. Now I'm about to change the blade on my BladeRunner, so I'm going to have to readjust it. So I thought this is a perfect time to show you how to do that little adjustment. So, cool. Come on, let's go. Okay, so this is my BladeRunner, and I'm about to change the blade. Here's the new blade, here's the old blade. Changing the blade is real easy. I don't have to show you guys this. If you have one, you already know it. Just pull that over and pull out the blade. So I'm going to need to set this down for a second while I do that. Okay, now I've got the new blade in place, and what we're going to need is a piece of wood to do this. Now, you should probably use a bigger piece of wood than this. I'm going to use this tiny little piece of scrap wood because, well, as you know, oh yeah, again, the shakiness, because I do actually have to hand hold it for this part, is I'm lazy and I'm cheap. I happen to have this lying around, and it's small because I'm cheap. I would use a bigger one, but what the heck. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a square. You need to make sure that one part of the wood that you're using, the scrap wood that you're going to use, has a nice straight edge on it. And then you're going to take your square, like I'm using here, and however you want to make sure you draw a perfectly straight line inside a little bit, in the middle of the board. Okay, I think the word I was looking for there was parallel to the edge of the board. Yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to use this because I'm lazy and it's an easy way to do it. I take this here and just draw my line and then continue it all the way down the entire board. I just broke my pencil. But all the way down. Jeez, oh man, I am like messed it. There we go. Yeah, and I'm going to be playing with power tools. Yeah, my health insurance is up to date. All the way down the board, making sure that I have a straight line all the way across. It's really hard to do this in film. Go figure. Okay, so I've got a nice straight line there. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to freehand cut this line as straight as I can, taking my time, going slowly. And I'll show you why. Okay, now, the reason I'm going to cut this freehand is because I'm going to be able to see then the angle. I'll lower this down because I don't want to have it bounce back on me. Now, as I'm cutting this freehand, I'll be able to see the angle that I have to adjust it on. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. I'm going to plug this in, turn it on, and you get to watch me cut a piece of wood. Here we go. Okay, in the interest of, keeping my subscribers, I cut out most of the cutting part. It's kind of annoying and boring. Okay, now I take a look at the angle that the board's at. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to slide over the fence. First I'm going to loosen it so that I can easily swing the angle on the fence. Now what I'm going to do, holding this board in place at the exact angle, I'm going to slide this up against it. Okay? Nice and even. Now I'm going to tighten down the fence, and that should give me the angle that I need for now on to cut a straight line without any drifting. Now we're going to go ahead and put that theory to the test, and we'll see if it works. Okay, now after the adjustment, if you take a look at this, I'll slide this out so you can see this would be square, and you notice how it's nowhere near square. It's leaned quite a bit this way because that's the adjustment, because that's the drift that I had on my personal machine. Every machine's going to be a little different, every blade's going to be a little different, so that's the drift I have. So what I'm going to do now is I took another piece of board. That's right, I'm going to use two pieces of board to test this out. That's how much I love you people. And drew a nice straight line there against the edge using the square as I did before. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up, and as long as I did this correctly, when I cut it, we're going to have a nice straight line going right up against the fence. Even though it looks like it's going on an angle, first time I did this I was like, I don't think it's going to work. Believe me, it worked great and keeps working great. So it's easy adjustment, works great. Let's try it out. Now there you go. Nice and straight, works great. Give it a try. Let me know in the comments if it works for you. And hopefully, if you're like me, you'll like your BladeRunner that much more. I'm happy. I'm a very happy camper. Okay, now before everybody starts yelling at me about not using eye protection in that last piece, you're right. Bad, Walter. Bad, Walter. Oh! Damn it! Hate when this happens. I always wear eye protection. Always, and you should. I was just doing this real quick and didn't even think to grab it. That was really stupid of me. Won't happen again. But just so you don't leave me comments saying I'm an idiot. I already know. I'm an idiot. Please wear protective gear. Before I work on power tools, I like to get hopped up on kava and powdered sugar. No, really. Don't judge me. One other thing I forgot to mention. After you do the adjustment, now what I did, you can do this if you want, you don't have to. I loosened this up and adjusted it so that my red arrow is pointing to 0. So I had to move it just slightly. If you have to compensate a lot, you might not be able to do that. I didn't have to compensate too much. I'll show you here how much. If you look at against the square here, you can see it wasn't too off. So I just moved that a little bit. It also helps if I'm cutting at an angle, I'm going to have to compensate for that drift as well. So that makes it a little easier for me to do that. So just something else. If you want to do, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. It's up to you. Okay, that out of the way. Now I've got another piece of news to my friends out there. I got a new tool today, a lathe. Yeah, that's not going to end in my early demise. I've always wanted a lathe. Never had a lathe. Finally got one. Love it. Love it. Turned my first piece today. Made a vampire killing steak. Go figure. Who would have guessed that, right? But, so it's awesome. So I'm going to be using that a lot. And so hopefully make some really cool Halloween props with it. And some cool stuff for my business, if I haven't mentioned that before. You know how I love shameless promotion. Phineas J. Leghart Vampire Killing Kits. Everybody needs a vampire killing kit, especially one of mine. Oh, wait. I can't remember. Did I mention that I build vampire killing kits? Phineas J. Leghart Vampire Killing Kits? I don't think I mentioned that yet. You know me, shameless self-promotion. www.mysteriouspass.com. Cool. Oh, hey, for those of you who weren't on the Thursday chat, I thought I would show you a new prop I'm working on. Actually, it's going to be a new product. I'm going to be selling it on my website, www.mysteriouspass.com. Guys, I haven't mentioned the website yet. Have I? Another Phineas J. Leghart product. It's a casket. All handmade. I made it out of pine, because I wanted it to be sort of, pine box, sticking to the tradition. And it's basically got nice handles here and opens up, and it's perfect size to hold a bottle of wine. So it's a wine casket. Or you can put a doll in there or whatever you want. So I just wanted to show you, see what you think, leave your comments. Had fun making it. If you guys are interested, I'll maybe my next vlog I'll do a tutorial on it. Not too hard to make. A lot of fun to make. Cursing, screaming, and crying fits aside. So anyway, that's about it. Just a short vlog today. And I know all of you guys don't have Blade Runners out there, and you're probably like, wow, waited like 2 months for a vlog, and you're doing it on a piece of equipment I only have? What the hell? Well, I know a lot of you hunters out there have them or are thinking about getting them. So, and if you read the reviews on them, with the Blade Runner, a lot of people, their complaints are that it drifts a lot. So anyway, I'm here to tell you, drift is an easy thing to fix, and it works great after that. So, for those of you that have it, if you've already did this a long time ago and you're like, wow, Walter, you're incredibly stupid, then yes I am. I'll admit it. But I just figured it out and was happy as a clam, because I've been using it like it was for a long time. And so, anyway, hopefully you find it helpful, and leave me comments, say hi, let me know what you're doing. Oh, and by the way, I will be, Phineas J. Leghart will be at the Mayhem in Orlando in May, obviously. If anybody's going to be there, I have a table, so I will be there selling my vampire killing kits all weekend. So hopefully I'll see some of you there. If you're there, swing by, say hey. For those of you that are interested in going and are going to be in the Orlando area, that's Spooky Empires Mayhem. It's May 24th through the 26th, and it's at the Rosen Center. So it should be a lot of fun. I was there last year. I also did their Ultimate Horror Weekend in October, and it's a great time. Everybody comes in costume, gets dressed up, has a great time. Lots of bands, lots of fun, lots of music, just awesome props. So, just so you know. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Later, dude. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe.